If you're looking for the best combo amp, here's a list you must see. We made this list based on our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers and customer feedback. Also, we've included options for every type of customer. So let's get started. At the first position of our list, we have Boss Katana 100 MkII. The Katana series is known by many for being able to do pretty much anything. With versatility at its core, the 5 onboard amps will cover many if not all musical scenarios with clean, crunch, lead, acoustic and brown amp models. Bass has also sprinkled in a whole bunch of fantastic effects, making the Katana a dark horse for gigging and bedroom musicians. The 12 custom speaker can shift some serious air, and it needs to. This Katana model is 100W more than enough for any live performance. It's not all flapping trousers and bleeding ears though, with an onboard attenuator allowing you to switch down to 50W, ideal for most rehearsals and smaller gigs, and 0.5W, which makes neighbor-friendly bedroom shredding entirely possible. Moving on to the next at number 2 with Fender Super Champ X2. Obviously, a full-tube Fender amp is going to be the pinnacle of warm, rich, clean sounds, but Fender's Super Champ X2 blends the classic Fender tone with the practice amp level of affordability we all appreciate. It does this by introducing digital elements to the tube signal chain, allowing for the use of different voices and onboard effects, making this an extremely versatile amp for playing different styles. The specially designed 10-speaker accommodates a delightfully balanced tone, full of rich low-end, something that a single 10-speaker usually struggles with. With a USB connection on the back panel, recording direct into your laptop or PC is simple, making this amp ideal for a home studio environment or for when you need to silently practice. The number 3 position is held by Fender Mustang GTX10. Another entry from the Big F, the Mustang amps have been Fender's go-to amp for reliable, affordable modeling technology. Widely seen as a great practice amp for beginner to intermediate players, the GTX series takes the sheer convenience of having every tone at your fingertips to another level. Creating your own presets is a breeze. The signal path on the GTX is entirely configurable, meaning you can reorder the blocks in your signal chain, all at the touch of a button, or change any settings you want from the Fender Tone 3.0 app. If you're not keen on endlessly tweaking settings, then a massive collection of 200 artist-designed presets should be just right for you. The Wonkstall specially designed speaker boasts a pretty flat tonal response, so whether you're replicating a Blues Junior, Deluxe Reverb, Bassman, or using the Bluetooth connectivity to stream your favorite tracks, everything should sound just right. The included foot switch enables you to change presets on the fly, as well as access the onboard looper, making the GTX10 a pretty versatile amp and one of the best combo amps you can buy. Next at number 4 we have Blackstar HT5R Roman 2. Simply put, Blackstar makes some brilliant amps. Their versatility and sheer ability has made a once fringe amp manufacturer one of the world's most popular brands, and the small but mighty HT5R MkII is proof of that. Designed to be a killer practice amp for those who want all-tube tone at affordable prices and sensible volumes, the HT5R MkII emphatically fits the bill. The layout is fairly simple: one clean channel and one overdrive channel, and some reverb. Nothing crazy, nothing mental, just great tones. Each channel has a voice switch which accentuates some of the high, mid and treble frequencies, giving a slight boost and an extra flavor to your playing. Blackstar's legendary IS/F infinite shape feature control makes an appearance here too, taking your tone from US to UK in the twist of a dial. Blackstar has also included a nice little treat or two for the home studio user in the shape of a USB output and an emulated output. This means you can choose whether to use the HT5 through your interface or as an interface. The emulated output can be used in live scenarios too, with Wonkstall and Forks12 cab emulations to choose from. The number 5 position is held by Fender Blues Junior Roman 4. The Fender Blues Junior has been one of the most iconic small combo amps of the last few decades, and to be honest, we can understand why. The amp we're talking about here is the most recent Mark Roman 4 version, so let's see what Fender has going on under the hood here. One speaker, one channel. The Blues Junior Roman 4 is truly simple and straightforward to use, and with that simplicity comes great joy. This Mark Roman 4 variant adds both modified preamp circuitry and a smoother sounding spring reverb, delivering that timeless Fender tone that we all know and love. The 12 A-type Celestion is well balanced and sweet sounding, delivering crisp highs, a full, warm bass response and laid-back mid-range. It sounds delightful. Now, it's not a 100 watt like some of the amps we've seen so far, but don't be fooled by the lower output. This thing can get loud and do it very tastefully too. Either ride the input and master volume controls and set it as clean as you can, or dime the input volume, engage the fat switch and bathe in the harmonic glow of those X83s. You're cool, but it'll sound pretty good either way. The number 6 position is dominated by Laney Cub-Super12. As the company who helped heavy metal find its sound, you'd be forgiven for overlooking Laney's cleaner, more boutique-sounding amps. That doesn't mean you should though, and in the case of the Cub-Super12, you really should pay attention. Laney has stuck to the magic formula here of 15W, all-tube, single-channel beauty, and we're so glad they did. It's a basic amp, but capable of some fantastic tones. A 3-band EQ allows for plenty of tweakability and tone sculpting, and a foot-switchable boost allows this single-channel beast to essentially become a killer 2-channel amp, capable in practice and even small gig scenarios. Especially useful for practice is the additional 1W input, as you can get those stunning saturated tones without your neighbors kicking the door down. The foot-switchable onboard reverb is another talking point for the Cub-Super12, using the highly acclaimed algorithm from the Black Country Secret Path reverb pedal. It's more than just a basic spring reverb, and it's here where this Laney comes into its own. With an external speaker output and FX loop, there's not a lot this little thing can do. Yes, it's only really got one channel, and yes, that's a bit of a shame, but it's one channel of super cool, boutique-inspired tone, and we like that very much. Moving on to the next at number 7 with Blackstar HD Club 40 MkII 6L6. The HD range from Blackstar has been a firm favorite since its release in 2010, with the Club 40 one of the shining stars of the series. After years of R&D, Blackstar has delivered the hotly anticipated Club 40 MkII. But was it worth the wait? Bluntly, yes. Still capable of virtually anything you throw at it, the Club 40 MkII is seemingly a perfect blend of power, tweakability, simplicity, and fancy added extras, all while remaining super easy to use. 40W of all-tube power provides bags of clean headroom, meaning you won't have to look any further for that pedal platform amp you always wanted. That being said, it'd be a shame just to set this clean and let your pedals do all the work. The overdrive channel on this amp is another hive of capability, with more than enough gain to satiate the majority of players. Pair this with Blackstar's IF Infinite Shape feature calling card and you'll go from Petrucci and EVH territory all the way across the Atlantic to channel your inner Brian May. Power switching functionality allows you to bring the wattage down from 40W to 4W, so you can keep your tubes glowing without too much blood pouring from your ears. Number 8 position is held by Orange Rocker 15. You can always spot an orange amp from a mile off. They are, well, bright orange for a start, but they also come accompanied by that signature tone. Orange amps always do things a little differently, and the Rocker 15 is no exception to that rule. Behind the iconic basket weave grill cloth lies a 10 voice of the world speaker and 15 watts worth of assorted glass. Together, they create a harmonious racket that you'd be hard-pressed to dislike. The natural channel is exactly what it sounds like, completely natural. With just a volume control, it's one for the purists in the building. Where the Rocker 15 really flexes its muscles, though, is the dirty channel. Delivering swathes of traditional, old-school orange mojo, this is the channel where we'll be spending most of our time. Thankfully, Orange has included many power switching options in the Rocker 15. With a cleverly named headroom/bedroom switch to take the whole amp down to 1 watt, as well as a half power option, you can get those iconic driven tones at sensible volumes. The 10 speaker and small cabinet can combine to sound a little boxy at times, but for certain bluesy, vintage-inspired tones that can work wonders. Next at number 9 we have Marshall DSL-40CR. If you're a fan of Marshall, you'll definitely be familiar with the DSL range. A near-perfect blend of quality and value for money, the DSL-40CR is one of the best combo amps we can find for less than $/P1000. With classic gain and ultra gain channels present, it won't shock you to hear that this amp truly sings when overdriven, but while Marshalls are not especially known for their clean tones, this DSL really pulls something special out of the bag. The three-way EQ is powerful and exceptionally intuitive, and onboard reverb helps give your playing a bit of breathing room. Dirty, this amp comes to life and the low output setting provides access to these tones much more easily. 40W of all tube power is monumental, after all. Independent presence and resonance controls allow some pretty in-depth tone tweaking, perfect for studio use. This thing sounds great mic'd up, but when that's just not possible, the emulated output comes to the rescue. Marshall has teamed up with Softube to provide an exceptional emulation of the 1960 cabinet, meaning that you needn't make any noise at all while laying down your guitar parts. All in all, the DSL-40CR is a much welcomed update to the DSL line and definitely worth looking at. Finally, the number 10 position is dominated by Fender 68 Custom Princeton Reverb. The Princeton Reverb has been a staple of Fender's amp repertoire since 1964, and few amps sum up the Fender sound quite like it. This 68 custom iteration of the Princeton Reverb pays homage to the iconic look, sound and performance of the Silverface Fender amps of the late 60s, but with a little twist for the modern player. This comes in the shape of a modified tone circuit, which provides you with an earlier onset of overdrive as well as loads more flexibility with pedals. Equipped with a 10 Celestion speaker, the tone you'll get from the 68 Custom is a little more modern and punchy than others. For a single 10 speaker in a small cabinet, this Princeton really outdoes itself, pumping some serious air and serious volume. It's perfect for Fender fans with the traditional reverb and tremolo on board, but be warned, the circuitry involved here is not that of the more traditional blackface amps, but more of a modernization. A more modern interpretation of Princeton, if you will. That's all for today. We upload music product review videos every single day. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for the upcoming video notification.